Go to school, study hard, rock the exams, go to IIT or an IT, study harder and end up getting a high-paying job which pays you 40 lakhs to 1 crore per annum. That was the story of the kids in 2010s. But time changes everything. With Google and Microsoft not even asking for your degree sometimes, and the campus placements hitting all-time low in all IITs and NITs. The truth has changed, and if you're a student right now, the reality is gonna hit you hard. With the technology raising its bar every single day, AI is going to replace most of the entry-level jobs. And this is the time for you to wake up. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 skills that you should master in order for you to get a great job or to get rich by starting your own startup or your own business in the next 2 to 3 years. Let's get started. See, I want to start this video by a great message from Naval Ravikant. There's nothing called business. The world needs a few things, and the question is, can you provide them? And can you provide them at scale? Because the bigger the scale, the bigger your company would get. And the first thing that I want you to learn as a student is the same. Now, it's not about you joining your college ka e-cell and participating in a hackathon. The reality is, you need to start looking at the business around you and see to it if you can do it better than them. Most of the courses on startups and all teach you that you have to identify a problem, then find a solution for it, and then you need to sit and execute it. While I respected most of the Indian startups that you actually see in the news are mostly a cut, copy, paste versions of the startups present in US or in China. So it's not just about actually identifying a new problem and all. In Steve Jobs' words, creativity is just connecting things. And most of the times the idea is just 10% of the business. Rest 90% is just pure execution. So build the entrepreneur mindset. Start thinking about the businesses around you. How are they actually making you buy the product? How are they building the team? How are they pricing? How are they actually marketing? And how are they making profits and all of those things? Because once you actually start analyzing these things, back of your mind, you'll actually start thinking in the similar direction. And with time, you'd be able to think in the ways that other people won't be able to. Your problem solving, your decision making, and even your common sense gets better. And that's why I say this is one of the most important skills to have, especially as a student. And this gets us to the next point, which is actually more important than the first one.
My mind run deep in my thoughts when I didn't have it, sleeping on the floor.
Listen, most of the people actually lose their high-paying job in the interview or even high-paying clients while freelancing just because they suck at communication. Your skills are useless if you can't communicate your ideas effectively. And most of the times you can actually sell the same product or the same skill level at a much higher price if you can actually communicate it better. And that's why being good at articulating things and explaining your ideas to others in the most simplest way is one of the best skills to have. Like, how do you think Hitler became a great leader? Like, how? I mean, you know the answer. But again, being actually good and effective at communication skills is not as easy as I just said. It will definitely take you some time to develop it, but this technique can actually work. Simply spend 15 minutes in front of the mirror and try to explain yourself a complex topic every single day. Because if you can do it every single day with yourself, you'll be able to summarize, you'll be able to identify the mistakes, you'll be able to actually articulate a complex, problem in the most simplest way possible with time. There are also a few books which can actually help you build your communication skills, but I'll talk about them after some time, after a few minutes. Because communication skills are just step 1 of something even more important. And that is... No, it's not about how popular are you in college. It's not about sending cold emails or sending hi messages to random people on the internet. It's not about how many friends you have, and it's definitely not about how many people you actually know. Your network is a set of people who know you, who respect you, and who know that you are a valuable person. Basically, there's a rule of thumb. Whenever you try to network with someone, you should always try to provide some value to their life. Indirectly, you should be skilled at the things that they actually need. Else, no one would give a shit about you. So that's why I say, just like in my previous video, try to learn a new skill every 3 months. And during that period of time, just focus on that skill itself. And then start networking with the people in the same space. Because it's always a give and take relationship. And finally, here are the books that you should definitely read in order for you to improve both your communication skills and also your networking skills. Now, once you are good at your communication skills and your networking skills, let's actually go a level deeper. The next skill that you actually have to learn is... If you didn't know what persuasion is, it's basically the ability to influence other people's thoughts and their opinions using convincing arguments and facts. In simple words, making other people believe that you are right and they need to follow you. Now, some of you might be thinking that you should actually know a lot of things and you should have a lot of knowledge to convince other people to do something, right? Wrong. All you need to know is how to speak, what to speak, and the timing of your sentences. You need to have multiple perspectives in your head, and you also need to have patience to master this skill. And I'm telling you, once you actually master this skill, you'd be easily able to build very, very, very strong teams, and also trust and also respect among your peers. And the book recommendations are this: The 48 Laws of Power and The Art of Seduction, because these books are actually a hidden gem on itself. Got it? Now, before I actually end this video, I'd like to talk about one last skill that you have to develop. Some people call it common sense, but I call it...
Why you upset like Cinderella teen?
See, this is the place where most of the people actually fuck it up in their life. Because most of us actually see the immediate consequences of the decisions that we make. But from the next time, try to get to a level deeper. Basically, it's like decision making while playing chess. But it's just that life has more constraints when compared to a chessboard. And here's a very small framework for you whenever you're going to decide something very important going forward in your life. Step 1. Identify all the options that you have. Step 2. Predict their consequences. Step 3. Understand it from multiple perspectives. And the final one, look for the choice which is optimal. See, the optimal might not be the best or the worst. Optimal is optimal for a reason. And some of the book recommendations are Thinking Fast and Slow, Blink, The Art of Thinking Clearly. And these books, whenever you have time, go through them, because this will actually help you understand the way that you actually think and you should think. Got it? So that is it. These are the 5 skills that I actually want you to master. No matter if you're going to do a job or you're going to start your own business. Because if you can master these things, you'll become so powerful, and it won't be easy for other people to win against you or even to challenge you. So follow the advice that I gave you. Read the books that I suggested, because my dear brothers and sisters, I want you to win. You only got one life. Make use of it. And remember, the secret of getting ahead is getting started.
I did it again. Who told you that I was finished? Fresh off the plane with a new mani-pedi. My